Hey guys, it's Piper being flawless as always. Okay, so before I get into the topic of this video, I have to address this because it's still such a hot topic right now and so important and so huge for the LGBT community, but Caitlyn fucking Jenner slayed my entire life, and I cannot get over her. Like, I'm obsessed with her. But in all seriousness, what she's done and being on that cover is such a huge step for the trans community, and it is such an amazing thing, and it's such a great thing to be able to experience something like that as it's happening. So Caitlyn Jenner, you fucking rock, and you slayed me, so. On another note, congrats to my girl Violet Chachki on winning RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7. You know, she really, to be honest, she was not my first pick to win. At the beginning of the season when they released like the Meet the Queens and everything, and even the first couple episodes, I was like, oh yeah, Violet's okay, but I wasn't like Team Violet. I think it was Team Pearl for the longest time, but you know, every week that bitch gave me no reason to really dislike her, and she kind of grew on everyone. So by the end of the season, she was my top pick to win, and I'm so happy that she did, and I think that she's gonna be a really great representation of the new generation of drag. I have nothing but 100% respect for her, and now she's our reigning queen for 1 year. So Violet, congrats to you, girl. So the topic of today's video is going out in drag. I've had this come up in multiple conversations recently. Like, is it okay to just go out and party in drag? Is that weird? Does that make you a tranny? This, that, whatever. Let me just start off by saying that I love to go out and party in drag. Like, I do. I fucking do. It's fun. To preface this topic, the whole reason this came up was because of a conversation that I had yesterday where I was talking about how I go out and drag so often that people don't really know who I am outside of drag. So for those of you who have followed me for a long time, you'll already know this, but for those of you who don't, my boy name, or as I like to call it, my slave name, because I really only get called it at work, is Nick. But because I am out so often in drag, so many people meet me as Piper, and even when I'm out of drag, they still call me Piper. A lot of people don't even know my boy name. And I'm okay with it, I really am, because I don't necessarily feel like there needs to be like a strict separation of when I'm in drag, I'm Piper, and when I'm out of drag, I'm strictly Nick. I don't really care, because at the end of the day, like, usually the people that call me that are my friends, and if it's somebody who likes what I do or is a fan, I use the term loosely, then obviously they're gonna know me as Piper and wanna call me Piper, so it doesn't really bother me at all. But really the only time that it's ever weird is if I like meet a guy who might be kind of interested, you know, after they see my boy photos or something, and then they don't really know what to call me once they meet me out of drag because they're already used to calling me Piper. It's just, that's a whole separate conversation. But anyways, I don't consider myself to be transgender. I don't consider myself to be a crossdresser. I'm still a drag queen, but I like to party in drag out at the club, out at the gay clubs. Let me just specify. I don't know, I just don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Like, no one's ever really given me crap for it, really, but like I said, I've heard it come up in conversations, and like, some people think that it's a waste of makeup, some people think that that makes you a tranny, some people think that that doesn't make you still a drag queen, but I don't know, I disagree so strongly with this. So a lot of times I'll have nights out where I just want to go out and drag and not have to perform and just wear something that's fucking cool and let my art speak for itself when I'm out, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily feel like I need to have a giant over-the-top personality to make people want to like me. I don't even really have like the biggest personality. Like, I'm not a super over-the-top person who feels like they need to grab your attention at all moments, but if what I do and what I wear and the way that I present myself is appealing, then I want that to be the reason that people want to meet me and be my friend, not because I'm some over-the-top character, you know what I'm saying? I guess I just feel like it's important to still have style even off stage, and so that's why I like to go out and drag, because that gives people a chance to see my style and get to know me on a personal level that without that separation of the stage. You know, I feel like it might be different being like one of the Drag Race girls or someone who has maybe 3-4 shows a week. you know, on those nights off, they probably don't want to be out in drag. But, you know, right now, I get maybe 1 show a week, sometimes 2, it all depends. They come and go. I don't feel that going out in drag makes you any less of a drag queen or less of a performer or an entertainer. It just means that you want people to see what you do as often as possible. And I mean, obviously I like to party, so it's like a win-win-win scenario. Anyways, if you're a queen and you're watching this video, feel free to leave your opinion on this subject, because I'm genuinely curious to know how other queens feel about this. I feel like there are a lot of other queens that go out in drag. It just makes it easier to meet people and it's more fun and people think it's cool, because like Raven said, drag is fucking cool. So since I suck at making videos all the time, but I am working on getting better at it, find me on Snapchat, because I post little things on that all the time and you can keep up with me on there. In the meantime, stay flawless as always, no regrets, just love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Alright?